And we're back. So, we're starting a little late tonight, so we'll go until about 20 minutes over so we can get some of that time back. But we got to chit-chat and have some fun, so we're going to dive right on in to the recap. Where we last left off, the team, having survived the destruction of the Chandei Quorum and the evident death of Jaman Saord, while Thorn and Professor Jabaltros were able to secretly stow away one of the automatons to study it and pull it apart, the only part they were able to save was the pilot seat portion of the automaton, because as they tried to make their way back into Jrusar, a quarantine has been put in place, a blockade, as a capital airship from Ankarel has arrived, and other airskiffs and other minor airships of Jrusar had barricaded and blocked off Jrusar. With that in mind, the rest of the team, with Karina missing in the bowels and basement of the old Chandei Quorum Council, had discovered a secret library chamber and a strange book of founding, a book that seems to describe the founding of the Chandei Quorum. Here she was ultimately helped out by an agent of the Bright Queen, who helped her escape and make their way back to the Prancing Centaur, where both Eritrio and Melody had found their way back to the previous night's incursions and activity. However, they did take some time to entertain the familiar Elith. And it was Elith that told them the story and intrigue about Father Atrium, a secret chamber within the connected to his quarters. And this chamber seemed to possess a summoning circle and contain many dozens of heavy chains hanging from the ceiling of this room, covered in possibly covered in blood, describing the situation as horrific, as Illith then told the story about all of this. Illith also stole a book from Father Atrium's chamber, one that was secretly locked and made of strange material, and was arcane locked. However, when the team gathered together, they said goodbye to Elith, who had made the decision not to stay in hiding anymore, but return to the temple of Behemoth and try to help in any way she can and diminish the suspicions that Father Atrium might have. We also know that Lord Callion survived the incursion, or the explosion that had occurred, and it would seem his survival of being the only council member that survived, he is either lost to the paranoid concern of the failed attempt to utterly destroy the Chandei Quorum, and is now put strict conditions on the city. Martial law at night, and he is being declared the Grand Marshal of the city, and keeping the city from coming apart at the seams, as things seem to be shifting and changing underneath the feet of our players. But for now, the team has stayed in the Prancing Centaur upstairs on the veranda level as they begin to examine this book, trying to figure out what all this means, and also contemplate the message that was delivered by the Bright Queen from her agent, who specifically said, find out what happened and undo whoever had done this. So far, it would seem that Thorn is taking this to heart. It's Karina over on the edge of the veranda level of the Prancing Centaur, who, with a very deft sleight of hand, picks the lock, and the lock simply clicks open. And I believe it's the evening of the second day since the Chandei Quorum's fall. Mm-hmm. As the sun has set, the city has grown quiet, unusually quiet, as no one seems to be allowed out at night currently. But the five of you are up on the veranda level, of the Prancing Centaur. The book has been opened, and it's nighttime, the beginning of nighttime.
Yeah, I think we even saw the guards come out and say, "Get off the streets."
As they begin to shut down the Fate Walk Bridge and the other gondolas and areas of the city.
Also,
you guys?
His whole background was sort of revealed in a letter from Pike.
That's right. During the time of trying to figure out what the book is, talking to the agent from, and I'm saying agent because I don't have my notes up right now. Hold on a second. Was that Althea?
Althea, yeah.
Yeah. After Althea successfully delivered a letter to Eritrea that pretty much explained the origin of his story for the most part, at least as he now believes it to be, based on a mixed kind of understanding of his story. We still don't know who the stranger was that dropped him off there, but being raised in the Serenray Temple and being under the guidance of both Pike and others that served Pike, now with Pike evidently passing away in her old age, the letter was delivered by Althea, who also delivered the information to Forn about trying to figure out who assassinated Jaman Saord and destroyed the chambers of the Chandei Quorum. But it's nighttime. Streets are quiet. 5 of you are up in second floor chamber, the veranda level of the Prancing Centaur. What would you guys like to do?
Does anything happen when the book opens?
No, Karina's just holding it, and the book is open. Well, it's unlocked. She hasn't opened it. She's just holding it in her hand. She sets it down on the table. The latch is no longer locked, and all of you are staring at this book that is now free to open if you choose to.
I'm not touching that thing.
Good choice.
It's actually.
I mean, technically, the magic might be gone from it now.
I get this feeling that Melody's over at the bar, because you guys keep a little bar on the veranda level, and she's like, "Who wants Cosmos?" And she's like over there making drinks, trying to lighten up the mood.
I'll have a coffee.
Coffee at 5 p.m.
I'm working. I'd also started tinkering on Binder with the stuff that I collected off of the ship. I want to try and upgrade our friend to be a little more than just the shopkeeper, but also some minor defensive capabilities maybe for us as well, if possible. I'm being assaulted by goblins.
Yeah, I can hear the giggles.
Faye. Either way, you're Faye.
Yeah, that's fair.
She said gremlins, and I said, Faye.
Faye.
Professor, I don't want Eritrea touching that book. You punched it.
I did, yes.
You don't want to read it?
Okay, great. One more time. I got a kitty strapping around, getting high. I couldn't hear you.
I have a kitty getting high.
You don't want to read it? I mean, you were so curious to get it open now. I figured you'd be the first one to devour the text.
You're not a subtle man, Thorn, but I suppose just pull out my like white cotton gloves.
I it's got the 3 black lines on the back, though, naturally, right? So
right, exactly. They gotta be the Mickey Mouse gloves.
3 black lines on the back.
With the oversized thumb.
4 fingers.
Yeah.
So, Professor, as you pull out your examination gloves that you put on your hands, and you begin to kind of like spin the book around on the table, And Forn's tinkering a bit with some of the mechanics that he recovered from the pilot. Melody's making drinks and bringing them over. Karina's sitting quietly in the chair, kind of watching you work. Eritrio's kind of in a mix of still a little bit of shock, both nearly dying from touching the book, as well as learning the information from Alethea Trium. The book is surprisingly light to the touch. The binder and coverings of the book feel like it's made of a special material that you're not entirely sure what it is. But you can give me either a nature check or an arcana check on that if you'd like.
I thought we identified that last time.
You did, but now that it's open, he can now see the inside of the binding as well. Yeah.
Not amazing. I got a 12 Arcana.
Okay. It's definitely made of a skin-like material, but not humanoid skin. The skin is almost rubbery and scaly on the outside, but on the interior, you can tell it's been lined with some kind of silver or gold kind of fabric lining on the inside. And the inside of the book itself has these strange kind of like etchings, carvings. They don't appear to be a language because it's not familiar to you. You would at least be potentially familiar with language. It could be maybe some kind of magical writing, arcane writing of sorts, but you're not sure. The pages themselves are made from a very thin sheet of silver lined with some kind of organic material interwoven and interlaced into the silver. The pages feel perfectly preserved. You get the feeling that they're made this way so that they can't decay, that they can't break down or rot. This book is expertly crafted, expertly made. This is similar to very ancient tomes that you and other professors have stumbled across over the many, many decades of digging at sites and at ruins and coming across books. This book is a ceremonial book. Its design tells you that much. But as you begin to kind of look through the pages, give me an investigation check, if you would.
13.
13. This book is made of symbols and languages that you don't recognize. About every third or fourth page is a diagram. As everyone's kind of watching you work on this book, the diagrams are obviously demonic in creation. It's almost as if this might be a book about how to summon demons and devils, and it's written in a language that you simply can't decipher, or at least you don't have the tools or the current knowledge to decipher. And it seems to represent, as you kind of flick through the different pages, it seems to represent 18 different lesser and greater devils in the imagery. And the imagery seems to be maybe like something you do as a ritual magic, that you would create a circle, you do certain material offerings, you create a symbol and pattern that matches the circle, and then you do a final ceremonial incantation that would bring a particular demon or greater or lesser devil into existence within this circle. But it feels like a powerful book. This feels like an advanced book.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what the particulars of this tome are, but this is clearly made for summoning some kind of, well, I don't want to be judgmental, but some kind of demon, devil, like, what I'm trying to be.
Your eagle buddy ought to like that, right?
Oh, absolutely. As far, yeah, yep. Rimness has no issue with this, I'm sure. But I'd actually like to touch my feather and speak with Rimness and kind of see if he can tell me anything. In my yes or no responses that I get. But...
Are you going to use one of the feathers for commune?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to use my feather.
Yeah, you get 3 questions. What do you want to ask? As you grab onto the feather and begin to focus on the book and focus on the connection with your deity through the feather.
Can you tell? Is there anything about this book that we should be knowledgeable of?
You get this kind of like all of the feathers on your Aarakocra body kind of shiver as a breeze kind of courses through, and you could hear his voice on the wind. I am not familiar with this book, but I would exercise caution.
Did you hear that, or was that just me?
That would be just you.
What?
They felt a breeze, but you heard a voice.
Okay. Remnants is saying proceed with caution. I'll take his word on that. This seems rather unorthodox. I don't know that I have any other questions for him, to be honest. Do you recognize the language this is written in?
No, I do not recognize this language. While you hear the voice, everyone else feels the breeze kind of swirl inside the veranda level of the prancing centaur.
Do I recognize any of these demons or devils that are in the book that Jalbatross has described?
Yeah, give me a religion check as you start examining those images.
You have a bardic from last time if you want to use it.
You do. Yep. Good call.
What is that, +4?
It's a D6.
D6.
Like a D6.
Wow. I will use that. For that roll. Oh. That's an 8. I rolled a 2.
Oh boy.
So what's your total?
8.
8. Your total's an 8. You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
You know, the shock of I'll say that you're all helping each other on the book. So I would have originally stated you have advantage, so you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a group effort. I mean, Forn's busy tinkering, but Melody brings over a drink to kind of lift your spirits, and Professor Jalbatross is like, what kind of drink would Aerotreo need after the drama of learning about his childhood? What would that look like?
I think a root beer float.
Melody would have those supplies. You'd get
absolutely.
like a cute little cherry on top.
Yeah, and secretly putting just a splash of rum for the edge of it. Yeah, just a splash.
My dad likes to use bourbon cream with root beer to make an alcoholic root beer float. So
yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah,
it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So what's your second roll, Airtrail?
22.
22. Through both your teachings and understandings within the Temple of Sarenrae, you begin to go through these images. Some are not familiar to you, but some are. You find one of the images looks a lot like something called a barbed devil. Another one looks like a bearded devil. Another one like a bone devil. And a chain devil, horn devil, ice devil, like all of these kind of the spine devil, a pit fiend, different types of imps. These all seem to be from the teachings of the Nine Hells, what you might call the infernal hierarchy. And and these are common teachings. These are teachings within different temples that espouse protection for those that are looking to be protected from such creatures as these. There is one in particular that catches your eye. It's described as the Aranyas. And the Aranyas is kind of a... What's the best way to describe this? Aranyas were once angels that had fallen from the upper planes, either due to temptation or misdeeds. Aranyas are always willing to be mistaken or use their ability to be mistaken for celestial in their efforts to deceive and fool people into not realizing what they are. And there seems to be an indication that Father Atrium has spent quite a bit of time on this particular page. The corners have a little bit of creases on them. You could tell that there's a lot of hand marks and grease marks from physical contact with his hand on here. Just a general feeling that this one and maybe a couple of the other ones he's been focusing on.
Folks, I think we got an answer to what Atrium is up to.
What's that?
What's that?
He's clearly checked with one of these Aranyas.
A what?
Aranyas, I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fallen angel of sorts. Not like me. But badly. It clearly has spent some time researching these. Clearly wants some sort of connection with them.
Is there like a picture, diagram, something?
Yeah, it's that he's describing it because of the picture that's inside there.
So-
Like, go ahead.
If he's summoning it sounds like he already summoned something, right? Or for some reason, he's cheating himself up in this dungeon repeatedly. Maybe he already summoned an Aranyas, and the Aranyas has some control over him.
It could be, actually. That would make sense.
I mean, we could get you a spiky helmet, and you could probably pass. I think I could manufacture one for you.
We'd have to dye your wings. We'd have to bleach them and then dye them red.
Well, I thought they were already
You'd
white.
be interested in doing.
I mean, it could be fun. Aren't your wings currently black? Or are they white?
I think they're white, unless there's something I'm missing.
I thought that originally you said they were black, but I could be misremembering. Well, then never mind. I think they'll take the color gray.
I mean, I did learn how to make this thing called a dread helm. Kind of looks like that.
But what would he want with an Aranyas? Like, what can they do? Are they like? What would you need one for?
I look over at Corinna.
I don't know. I mean, I realize I'm into some dark shit, but I don't necessarily know about demons and devils.
But you do know about making deals.
Well, warlocks are. I'm gonna go make a drink, and she just kind of gets up and walks over towards the bar.
Well, is the First of Fallen an Aranyas? Treyo, do you know?
I don't believe so, but would there be anything indicating that I would know something like that, storyteller?
I mean, so far your interactions with her has been cryptic and usually through kind of visions when you go to certain holy places, you remember seeing her statue on the covered up kind of garden area of the temple, and you remember the statue feeling distinctly celestial and Azamir in form. But I mean, other than that, you haven't really found much information about her.
When you saw her in a dream, did she look anything like this picture?
Sucking my fade blood.
No, she definitely didn't look like this. That part you do recall when she visited you guys during the long rest and was absorbing Thorn's Fey essence before Eritrea kind of awoke and she fled the scene, so to speak.
No similarities of sorts, other than the wings. But
Yeah, you do recall her having wings.
Well, I don't know. I think we're going to need some more security on our location if we are to continue to maintain use of this place as a safe space. I don't necessarily think it's a safe space anymore. We got demon books killing people. We got martial law in the city down there. I'll retire a little early to see if I can't upgrade our friend Binder a little bit with perhaps some defensive capabilities to
thank you.
keep an eye on the establishment.
Sounds good to me. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what you remember Davini looking like when she had paid that visit. As far as you know, that is the namesake of the First of Fallen.
Didn't like that.
Foreign, give me investigation as you are mucking about with the components of Binder and some of the other parts and tools that you have.
Okay, I've got the book out with the Unseen Servant to help out. It gives me advantage on the base.
Roll, yeah.
Yep. Oh, those are good rolls, though. That's what was the roll? Sorry, it was
Investigation.
Investigation. Okay, that's 21.
21. You pull off the main panel behind Binder's form. And inside you can tell that Fabian is either himself a crafter or whoever he knows that built Binder is quite good at crafting as well. The internals are basically enchanted components. Things made of copper and brass and silver, metal plates and enchanted power stones kind of intertwining all of these bits and pieces of gearwork. For the most part, from what you can tell, Binder is meant to be a caretaker automaton. Someone that can follow simple instructions and do simple activities. You get the feeling that to upgrade him, you need to replace some of his power stones, as well as kind of reinforce some of the work that's already inside. But if you can find a larger power stone and then imbue it with the enchantment of what you would like him to be able to do defensively, it should should work.
Okay. I'll take some notes down about that and kind of look among the stuff that we were able to salvage out of the big automaton and see what components. My thought is, I assume he's kind of a short thing right now. I want to make him more of like a regular humanoid size and give him a little more of a sturdy appearance.
Interesting.
That way, he can fend for himself a little bit. He's not going to be some, bulwark, party member, but yeah. See, I assumed it being some little guy like that, trying to make him.
Yeah, that's currently what Binder looks like. He stands about 3 feet tall. He can interchange his legs between working legs and a roller device, like a roller ball that can drop out of his torso area. He is exceedingly good at perception. He's been designed to perceive very well, and he's been designed to take on very simple commands. If you want to make him bigger, that's a huge effort. That's a much larger effort than to upgrade his current condition. If you want to make him bigger, you would have to disassemble him completely and redesign him for a larger chassis. You're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks worth of work to change his physical size on top of imbuing him with the abilities that you're trying to do.
Okay, so maybe we'll start with just upgrading the current binder, and then
Okay.
Over time make more adjustments to get him to be bigger and beefier.
Off that same investigation roll, I will say that as you pull out the parts of the pilot seat that you recovered from the automaton, you come across 3 small power stones and 1 very large power stone, one that's a little bit too large to use on binder, but maybe you could break it into 2 subsequent power stones. It will require some skill to do that, but you recover enough parts from some of the pilot seat to be able to do the work.
Is it would the large power stone be better suited if I just held off? So whenever we go to make him bigger, would that one be larger, as in could power big binder once we get him to that point?
You get the feeling that large power stone that you recovered probably is what powered the pilot seat within those large sentinel-like automatons that you guys fought at the Chandei Quorum. And that feels like it would be a better use of it. And breaking power stones can be dangerous.
Yep. Don't want
it's
to
doable, but it can be dangerous.
We have a track record for blowing shit up. So,
I think it's fair to say Thorn has a track record for blowing shit up.
Hey, now, I did not blow the last thing up. The last thing.
When that's your defense.
I think the word you're looking for is the previous thing.
Right. So I will hold off on the big upgrade. I'm not going to try and crack the power stone, but I'll take the 3 smaller ones and see if I can't upgrade him with a communication device because with the second level of artificer, I'm able to do my infusions. Okay. My thought being, if I've learned from my infusions, then I could have a method of sending just to binder, like that. Whoa, Alexa's gone. That we could communicate to binder, if you or.
Well, do you want to attempt to infuse sending or message? Because those are 2 different outcomes. Message has no limitation on words, but limit on range. Sending has no limit on words. Or no limit on range, but limit on words.
It would be sending for sure. It would be sending that way, both ways. That way, he could send to us, the group, right? If something happens.
What level spell is sending?
Let me look.
I think that's 3rd. Is it 3rd level? Yeah.
So that'd be 3 power stones worth, or I don't.
I would say a small power stone per level of spell.
Okay. So then I will use the 3 power stones there, and I'll try and work them into his circuitry that'll upgrade him with sending, that at least now, if something happens, he can alert us, or if something, if somebody comes by or something that they're looking for us or whatever, he could alert whoever in the party it is that perhaps we had a visitor.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. And I'll say you spend kind of your time kind of fiddling and doing that for the next hour or so while the others are mulling over the book and mulling over what the next steps are.
I'm not big on that religious stuff.
Is the curfew already in effect for the day?
For the evening, it just went into effect this evening.
When does it
at dawn. So it's a dusk to dawn curfew.
Dusk to dawn situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so quiet outside. The only thing you can kind of hear are either the occasional barking of a dog or the occasional small patrol marching across the Fate Walk Bridge. As you're having this conversation, you watch as an air skiff off in the distance goes by. And always, kind of omnipresent in the background, that massive capital ship, that huge flagship from Ank'Harel out there in the distance, up above the spire of the ruins of the Chandei Quorum.
I'm gonna go sit on the balcony with my fruity drink and play some cheerful music. Sort of in hopes that other people on the street will hear it.
Give me a performance check, if you would, please. With advantage, because I'm imagining you're party girl buzzed.
Oh, yeah.
You know how party girl buzzed is.
Yeah,
they're always brave.
A little looser, makes you feel better.
Yeah, they're always brave.
It gets your brain out of the equation.
That's a 21.
Nice. I mean, you play so well, and you're just kind of in a relaxed mood, and you're leaning on the banister, playing your music, and you've got your drink on the banister. You notice down below a small troop of the Wardens are marching by. And they bear the new Marshal Callion's emblem on the chest, and as they walk by, 5 of them keep walking, but the sergeant stops, kind of like pulls his helmet off and kind of tucks it underneath his arm, and he looks up at you and just kind of has this big smile on his face and just kind of, well, you play really well.
Oh, thank you. I'll smile and blow him a little kiss.
He just kind of he does that trope, he kind of grabs at it and puts it in his pocket. What is this place? Oh, the Prancing Centaur. What do you folks sell here?
Oh, we've got all kinds of wares. We've got fancy perfumes, oils, powders, basically anything you can think of that you'd want. Come by tomorrow and check it out.
Happy during the day, of course. As you can see, I'm busy at night.
We're all very compliant with the curfew, of course.
Oh, no, please. The men and women of the Wardens could use the spirits to be raised a bit. It's nothing this severe has ever happened under our watch before, and things are a bit confusing, but people can always enjoy a good song and a friendly smile. But thank you. And he kind of puts his helmet back on and catches up with his troop that are kind of marching up ahead.
Born reaches out the back of the door, taps his mug on the window. Coffee. I'm
every time I refill your coffee, I'm giving you such a disappointed look. I'm just another coffee.
Look, I'm telling you, you're going to be happier when Binder can talk to us when we're not here.
All right,
But
sure.
If I'm drinking, it may not come out right.
One shot, maybe just one shot in the coffee.
Let me wrap it up first.
Okay, all right.
You guys hear a heavy thud on the veranda, right alongside Melody. Brightbeak is now on the veranda and kind of twisting his head as Melody plays, and then stops to go get Foreign's coffee. And Brightbeak just kind of stretches, does that cat-like stretch, where just arcs his back and curls up on the veranda, and just kind of in his English accent, just kind of, so what do we do now? What's the plan?
Well, I was planning on sneaking back down, preferably with Mr. Ford, so that we could load up his portable hole or whatever, and just send you back and forth with the important things from that automaton. When did you develop an Eldari accent, by the way?
Oh, I can speak any way I want. Normally, I do it based on how it annoys you. Which accent annoys you the most, and I'll do it.
But I'm you know what? Fine. Okay, yep.
He just gets
Sure,
this.
you hate this one.
He just gets this smirk on his face as he watches Professor walk right by him. He's kind of just gives that mirthful look of someone who likes to play with his food before he eats it.
And Professor, I think I've got the portable holes here. That's where I got all the parts out of. I know we did have a couple of components left.
I'm saying, like, what I could potentially do is sneak back to the automaton and start loading it up with other things that we weren't. Now that we know taking the skiff might be a bad idea, as Brightquill and I are the only ones that can fly.
Well, I can kind of fly.
Yes, but I don't want to put the. I don't want to say child, but I don't want to put a promising young man such as yourself in danger with the law, shall we say?
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Oh, come here, baby.
I'm surprised to hear you talking about law breaking, Professor. I feel I've worn off on you a bit. Proud of you.
Well, unjust laws should be resisted by nature. That doesn't make me anything up. That does not change my alignment. It simply means the status quo is unbearable.
I don't see a lot of bears outside myself.
I walked into that.
It is a forest, though. Anyway.
Technically
good
the jungle.
Melody. Thank you, Melody.
So you guys taking a long rest at this point?
Foreign needs to.
Yeah.
Properly rest with a good breakfast in the morning.
You guys spend the rest of the evening either tinkering on Binder, examining the book. I would imagine Eritrea is probably reading the letter for the 5th time, enjoying that kind of evenings and quietness too, as Melody kind of continues to play through the night until one by one each of you drift off to sleep and take your long rest. Waking up the following morning to the sounds of the city coming to life with the rising of the sun. Foreign, you finish your work. Sending is infused into Binder. You will have to reset it at the end of each of your long rests at first until you can figure out how to make it permanent. So if it's ever used, it has to be reset by you.
Okay.
But you put Binder back together. He's downstairs. The shop is open. And the shop is unusually busy, as they now know they can only do their shopping during the day and not at night. The streets are filled and teeming with the day workers and the day trippers of the city. A much more heavier presence of guards on the streets, for sure. And during the day, you notice an increase in air skiffs that are patrolling the outskirts of the city and the spires as well. The flagship still in its spot above the spire by the Chandei Quorum. Other than that, it appears to kind of be a somewhat normal day that begins.
When I come out to breakfast, there's a clank of like some metal pads on the ground. So picking up with the 2nd level of Artificer, I'm able to infuse stuff. I made a homunculus servant in the form of a little mechanical, like a clockwork wolf. So I come out of the room and it's, you hear just a, like, can't really do a whole lot, but looks cool.
Oh my God, what's his name? I try and scratch under the wolf's chin.
Yeah, it's just metal.
Hello,
Yeah, it's just-
hello.
Click, 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 click. All your nails like
With my long nails. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of a name for him yet. Just got him put together.
You have to think of a name. He's so cute.
Of course, we'll see how it works. But Clanker seems a little too mean. Trauma is a little too close to home. I'll come up with something. Who cooked breakfast today? This is looking good. Professor?
That wasn't me, no. I've been... Yep, it was a bit of a trying day. I spent the whole time just on my perch sleeping, so...
Karina just shrugs her shoulders and stuffs another like croissant and mouthful of eggs. Oh, well, I just assumed you did it, Thorn.
No, I just came out of the room, but regardless, it was a very good breakfast. Thank you, whoever it was.
It was probably Melody up early in the morning after she did a workout, making little Pinterest-style breakfasts.
The croissants in a, like with the eggs or the eyes and the croissants, the mouth kind of thing. Yeah. But quail eggs, so the eyes aren't too huge, right? So.
There's like, one piece of bacon like artistically arranged on one side.
That's the hound.
Oh my goodness. He's so cute.
Oh, I love it.
He doesn't need to eat either, so that helps. Doesn't affect all rats.
It's almost like he's made up of all the spare parts you didn't use on Binder.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a power stone like right inside of his forehead.
Yeah.
That's kind of what keeps him going. Right. So we need to track down our the builder, the artificer. Really, I don't think it was Crimp. This did not feel like his handiwork, but I was thinking perhaps we head back to the Smolder Spire, see if we can't track down that goblin and his little magic door again. What say you?
Are we going to the goblin to try and figure out who made the robot?
Or at least get a lead, because I don't really have a lead outside of it was Basilisk bronze, which I retained a little piece of here so we could use it to evaluate. And yeah, that's it. And it wasn't Crimp.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Also, perhaps being associated with the underbelly in a little more of a neutral perspective. Frankly, I'd like to kill that Blackhand fellow next chance we get. But the goblin being somewhat neutral grounds, I figured having some association with the neutral grounds might be good for us and moving around at night. Unless you'd rather really just stay inside once the sun goes down, but I don't particularly care for that.
I was thinking maybe we should host a party. Sort of like just, for the people who are cool, a couple of drinks, come on over. We'll keep quiet. Just
And
people.
then rob them.
Yeah. No, just to come hang out and we'll get to chat. We'll hear what people are talking about.
So like a salon, you say?
Yeah, kind of like a speakeasy vibe. Do we have a basement?
Yes, you do have a basement underneath the main floor of the shop where you currently store a lot of your excess inventory.
I don't think it would take too much work to clean up the basement.
We could probably take out a little more space under there as well. I mean, we're already breaking the law, so. Hey, Air Trail's got a good relationship with that bartender over there across the way.
Yes.
I say that because I don't. Perhaps he may be looking for after-hours work as well.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Now, my thoughts as well was that goblin, his magic door is, I guess it wasn't just the goblin with the magic door. We had the magic door to the casino, the golden, whatever that place was that our artiste friend.
We still have not connected with him, right? Since everything went down?
Not since the Chandei Quorum disaster. No, you haven't.
But perhaps they maybe have a little more than just a portal door to a pocket place. Perhaps they can transport back and forth or go from one place to another. Make it easier to get around was my whole vibe I was looking for.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But we should stop by the money changer first, though, because I got a salary increase.
Yeah, do you remember how much that was?
Of course I remember how much. 25,000 gold.
Oh my god.
Heck yeah.
Just have them dump it in the portable hole. Just shove all the gold in the portable hole.
A waterfall of gold.
I'm gonna Scrooge McDuck into it in a minute, but
Yeah, take like 35 points of bludgeoning damage when you do.
That is truly a Family Guy scene that is held up.
Yep.
That's a great one.
That is now canon.
It's
It's not liquid at all. It's solid metal.
Hey.
I love that Family Guy episode.
all right. So finish breakfast, go to the money changers, and then hide the gold, and then go down to our friend the goblin. I'll have to search for his name through my notes. I don't remember what it is.
I believe it was Darwin.
I think it was. Oh, I guess I could pay off as well our landlord. We owed him 163, I think, is all we had left to pay.
Okay. Yeah, let's wipe it out.
You want that? Okay.
Was it
Yeah.
Darwin or Riza?
We already paid
I'll
off.
come back to it.
Did we?
Yeah, and in my notes it says 622. We paid him off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think you guys paid him off based on the shop earnings.
Yeah.
Right. Because we had the really big day after the shithead came to see us.
No, Riza was one of the merchants inside of the Goblins market. Darwin is the one that runs the market.
Yeah, I'm almost there. It's so many notes. Trauma was still alive at that point, so let's see. This was after the explosion, though, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Kalen,
Yeah.
After Kalen was around, he tells people to go to the shop. He convinced whatever spell he used to get people to go there. And we got 300 gold. And we paid off the shop.
Yep. Okay. That was a one shot. Oh, I'm almost there. That's our we bought the shop.
So you guys heading? Are you guys heading to the money changers as a group?
I think I'll go to the tavern to try to talk to the barkeep about hosting an event with us this evening. If anyone wants to join.
Do you remember which is that the one from the Airy Spire?
No, the one he calls himself Strongjaw, but he's the cousin. Says he's cousin of Grog or whatever.
Yeah, the Goliath that runs the bar across the way on the
Across
Fate
the
Walk
street,
Bridge.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Is it a bad idea to host a speakeasy in our own house?
Yes, it is.
Should we do it somewhere else?
So I think if we have make an external entrance to the basement, we should be okay, right?
Yeah, I guess this is really not a Melody thought, so I'm kind of metagaming, but I'm like, I guess we don't really want people wandering around our house.
Our house is upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have is there a separate entrance to the basement?
Yeah, the delivery entrance in the back. You have the front entrance that comes into the main shop level. There's an interior access to the basement and an exterior access on the back side of the alleyway where you guys take deliveries down into the basement. The veranda level is kind of like your common room area and your regular rooms. And then the third floor is a couple regular rooms and then like your workshops, your study, and your like little miniature library sitting room that you have, all of which can lead up to the top roof line of the shop, which is where Brightbeak tends to always hang out. He kind of sleeps on and hangs out on the kind of trellis-like peak of the roof, always kind of keeping an eye on the neighborhood. He can inherently go invisible, so he often will do that.
The bartender, by the way, was Brutus Strongjaw. I came
Brutus, yes.
came across his name first.
So Eritrea is going to head across to the tavern and talk to Brutus. Melody is wondering why she's letting strangers into her house, but then remembers that there is another way down into the basement. So Karina tells you that her and Binder will stay at the shop and get the basement ready for a party this evening.
Hey, Eritrea, before you go, and I'll hand him a sending stone. Because
Oh, thank you.
yay, Artificer Fusions.
Yeah, Artificer, yeah.
So
That's
you have a
gold.
sending stone.
Actually, talk to Strong Jaw too.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll give you 100 gold. Poor
Nice.
man.
Well, Karina's like kind of in the midst of getting ready to start, working on cleaning up the basement. Karina goes, who are we inviting?
Melody.
I feel like there are some cool people that I've met in the neighborhood that I think would be down for this. But also maybe if we're connecting with the
Maybe
Fae group, maybe a couple of Fae.
Fabian is always down for a party, and I'm sure he's got some.
I think perhaps our deity friend might help us put some enchantments on the place as well if we did make it a sanctuary.
Which deity friend?
The Archfey.
Oh,
Bragsworth. Yeah, Artagan, but Bragsworth.
Yeah.
Could be. So let's get in contact with him when we have a chance.
So I'm gonna leave the other sending stone with somebody else because I can token you guys.
Karina will take that one.
Okay, so I'll leave. Well, Binder can talk to me now too, though. So
True.
she's there,
True.
Binder. So I'll Professor Melody. Here, fight over it. And I set it on the counter, and go off to the money changer. But that way we can communicate. Whoever takes that, you can do it once a day, but you can cast sending once a day.
Okay.
To the other stone.
I was planning on going with Thorn to talk to the artificer anyway, so it's like I'll just be like, hey, Melody.
So
I'm
I aggressively leap for it, and Professor Jalbatros is like, I'm actually not interested.
I'm going to be literally feet away from him. So, but by all means, please. Die.
So Ford and Jalbatros, you're going to go to the money changer first, and then go to the Smolder Spire and see if you can track down Crimp.
No, the goblin. I'm
Oh,
trying
the
to track
goblin.
down the goblin, yeah.
Okay.
That's the
I heard
goblin.
Artificer, so I wasn't sure.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy that the
Well, try to track down who built the things. But first, starting at the goblin to try and gather information.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I'm
Making your way up to the gondola that will take you up to the money changer. It's relatively cut and dry. You kind of provide the information, and the key that was given to you by the agent allows you access into the strong box. The strong box contains a variety of gems in the valuation of 25,000 gold. So you can break down that 25k gold in any format that you want to. It just represents the wealth that you have to spend. So if you want to spend money at the Goblin Market, you simply here's 3,000 gold's worth of gems, and then you can hand those over, and it would be acceptable transaction.
Okay. Foreign is not intelligent enough to not just take it all right now in gold. Like he's just.
I mean, you take all the gems out of
He
the
takes gems out
lockbox.
and he's like, what am I going to do? I can't buy things with these. I need the gold stuff.
The money changer kind of looks at you. That's not really how this works. See, that's the valuation of what you have. The gems are the same value as the coins. You just, so like, for example, these 50 gems are worth 5,000 gold. These 10 gems are worth 1,000 gold. That way you're not harried by the weight of walking around with 25,000 gold coins.
Oh,
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
So that's
right.
the
Yeah,
money
yeah.
changer's
Uh-huh,
job.
uh-huh.
We make sure that the equivalent wealth of what you need is easy for you to accommodate what you need.
right.
Now, are you leaving some of it here, or are you taking the whole strong box?
You can have the box. Like it's the box is empty. I handed back the empty box.
You just watch as
I'm taking all the gems.
Professor, you watch as Ford now has this giant leather bag, like filled with gems, and he just plops it into his backpack.
Are you sure that's wise?
I feel like you're gonna be the guy like paying for a beer with $100 bill. Like this is the only thing I have.
You know, like I said, Ford's not super high intelligence, right? I mean, he's 13, but this is also more money than he's ever had like direct access to for any good reason. So he's used to just having all his money with him all the time. So it's kind of one of those, they don't make credit cards here, so I guess I'm carrying a bag of gems.
Fantastic.
I feel I've maintained my my trustworthiness over these past days. I don't mean to imply anything. Will carrying that unduly tire you? You do not appear to have the most robust physique.
Professor, I'm wary.
I'm just saying that was the equivalent of what, 250 ounces of platinum, something like that. No, I'm sorry, 2,500. It's like that's
Yeah, like 2,500 ounces of platinum. Yeah, which would be 25,000
that's,
gold. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's
They're all in
just
gem format, so it's a big bag. I got a backpack. Would it make you feel better if I gave it to my dog here?
probably. I just Ford, I know that we're working on somewhat, I believe, delayed physics. Sorry, physics is not my forte, obviously, but that is 156 pounds.
It's just a heavy backpack.
Okay, all right. As you do. So.
The two of you head on over into the area that you know Darwin's Market to be, and sure enough, in the shady alleyway in the backdrop, you can see the familiar door that will lead into the warehouse and the oversized, large, magical space that is Darwin's Market.
I'm gonna tell my little homunculus pup to kind of come closer, like stick on me, you know.
Okay.
Hey, stay close. Don't get into trouble. Darwin, right?
Are you talking to the door? Have you got in yet?
No, I haven't got in yet. It's one of those like prep talks, right?
Yeah.
He like knocks on the door.
Yeah. The latch opens up at the top, and you can see the big bloodshot eyes of the ogre guard kind of looking through them. And now, what do you want?
Hi, friend. I'm here to see Darwin.
We're not open. We're closed for business. And he slams the peephole shut.
Like knock again.
Now listen, buddy. I've already told you once. Don't
Hey,
make me
wait.
come out there and tell you 5 times as he cracks his knuckles through the eye hole, the peephole.
I mean, you're certainly welcome to come on out because I just want to go in and talk to Darwin.
Door opens and the 12-foot tall ogre has to lean underneath the door jamb to come out. And you're like looking up at him. He's decked out in plate, like rusty old breastplate armor, and he just kind of looks down at you. Now, look, friend, I'm not hungry this morning. I already ate something that looked like you earlier, but I'm more than happy to have seconds just because. And then you hear this little goblin voice. Hey, meathead, what are you doing? What's going on? I told you we're closed. And here you see Darwin come scrambling out, and he's just wearing his little burlap underwear, and kind of he has a towel around his neck. He's covered in soapy water, and he's like holding a shower brush. And he's like, we told you we're closed. Who are you?
There he is, Darwin, friend.
Oh, I remember you.
Hey, I bought stuff, and by the way, that you sold me a very useful portable hoe. I wanted in appreciation to your market. I wanted to come back and make another purchase.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a bit difficult. Go ahead and let him in, meathead. There, no worries. I remember these two.
Look, if you want to make him stay outside, remember he had that big giant bird thing in here last time. I think.
Yeah, that was about the coolest thing that was here that day. Anyways, you can come in, and meathead kind of ducks underneath holds the door open for Darwin, and holds the door open for Forn and for you, Professor Javeltros, as you guys come inside of his market space. It is tatters. It is empty crates, turned over tables, scorch marks, blood stains. And you can see just a mopey Darwin just kind of walking through his destroyed marketplace back over towards this big giant copper kettle like bathtub that he has in the background of his now destroyed market. And he just takes off his burlap underwear and just crawls into the bath and kind of goes back to scrubbing himself. He's just kind of in the bathtub looking out. Yeah, as you can see, we're not in business anymore. It's just, sorry, mate, not going to happen. We got raided last night.
Do you
Last
not
night.
have precautions for that in place?
Oh, well, yeah, against like simple things. But, when a bunch of wardens show up with people who can use magics and they have the weight of the marshal behind them, not much I could do. They came in here, said they were looking for something, took everything that was in here, destroyed, trashed the place, and said I was closed.
What were they looking for?
Fuck if I know. I was too drunk and too pissed off to remember. Meathead, you remember? Sorry, don't remember, boss.
What would you have had in here that could have drawn their attention?
Well, let's be honest. Everything I sell is illicit and smuggled goods. I do get a lot of stuff from the Hellcatch. I kind of remember them mentioning something about the Hellcatch Valley, but I don't remember exactly. You can see he's got this huge lump on his forehead, and he's got little like healing scars on his body from whatever happened.
I pull out a sliver of the Basilisk bronze and hand it over to him. You ever seen this before?
Oh yeah. This is Basilisk bronze plating from King's Fall. There's hey Meathead, go get me that book. And Meathead kind of plunges over and reaches into a crate and grabs a book out of it and hands it, and you watch as the soaking wet Darwin's got the book open. He's fumbling through the pages. Yeah. His name's Steppen.
Do you happen to know if he has a, let's say, more legitimate shop front around here somewhere?
No, he's in King's Fall. He's an artificer. He's famous for his automatons. he uses Basilisk bronze all the time. That's what he uses as the framework and the armor plating for his automatons.
This Steppet, does he make his way here to Jrusar from time to
Oh,
time?
sorry, she. She comes down here on occasion sometimes. She's a master archer too. That's kind of her thing. She's been in King's Fall for 10 years. Last time I talked to her, I think I ordered a couple automatons, small automatons from her. I think I also hooked her up with Fabian, one of my friends, who bought a small series of automatons off her as well.
I see.
So, just at the mention of when he says hooked her up with Fabian, just kind of the professor's just like, been confused with type. Takes all kinds.
Oh, but
Now,
Fabian's cute. He's like scrubbing his back, and his big old goblin feet are up, and he's scrubbing the bottom of his feet.
Oh no, like don't get me wrong, like just didn't call that. Did not call that. Well,
So-
never did have great Fadar.
Don't get me wrong. Fabian is, how shall we say, he likes to play in all the playgrounds.
So Darwin, with your shopping
Yeah.
talents here, would you be looking to perhaps relocate your business?
I ain't got no fucking inventory. I got no place to go. I got nothing to sell.
Well, I have inventory that could be sold. I've got a shopkeep currently, but he's by himself, and I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't think perhaps we could go into a little business.
Yeah, would you go back to normal size? They're not a threat. He watches the big ogre goes back to his 6 foot tall height. Sorry, boss. And he kind of like has a ring on his right hand finger that he twisted at that moment. So you say you have a shop. You need someone to run it, or you already got someone running it?
Well, I've got something running it right now, but it's a solo operation at this point, and I'm kind of concerned with it being alone during the daytime and nighttime. It also, you treated us well last time we was here, and perhaps we may come across some illicit goods that also need getting off the market.
Yeah, I'm good at that. That's for sure. Give me a persuasion check, if you would, Ford.
Okay. I think, let me double check. Persuasion. Oh, no, it's just, okay. All right. Sorry. I was double checking my, I get my proficiency with it. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Ooh, shit, that was terrible, though. 8.
8?
I rolled
I don't
a-
know. I mean, I'm not looking for handouts, but you got to pay me regular.
Look, and I reach into my coin purse, not the gem purse, and I pull out a stack of to get 100 gold coins. Consider this a down payment. We would give you, let's say, 10% of earnings.
Melody's like somewhere at the shop. Melody is like in the midst of planning for the party, and she just stops, and her her satyr like ears twinge and kind of like do the things that they do when they hear something, and she just stares off the veranda like a little bit of her soul was just attacked.
That
Right.
10
Yeah,
that
but-
that 10% would be for both of you, not for one of you. But here's
No, I get to bring Meathead with me too.
I assume Meathead, were you worth anything last night when the place was raided?
Well, I was unconscious by the time they were done.
Did you take any out?
I don't remember. I mean, we're not supposed to kill wardens, right, boss? I'm only allowed to knock them out. Yeah, it's okay. And he kind of pats the big ogre on the shoulder. Hey, he did a pretty good job. I mean, look, I don't mind crossing the Ivory Syndicate from time to time, or the other houses. Like, if a trashy guy comes in and tries to, swindle me, I'll let Meathead go after him. But look, there's rules when wardens show up. It's not like, it's not like I can kill a bunch of wardens and then hope to stay in business. I mean, I put up as much of a tussle as we could, as much as, we could get away with. But, man, you don't kill wardens, bud. You just don't do that.
For now, sure, I understand. Yeah. So, right, and I'm not.
Well, wait, just to be clear, you said that as if you were having a moral conflict within your own head. I'm guessing you've killed wardens before.
None that didn't deserve it. Let's put it that way.
I suppose. All right, so 10% of the take, 100 gold to get started. I get to bring Meathead with me.
Bring Meathead, and the shop is already full of stuff, so you don't need to. You don't have any. Clearly, don't have anything to bring.
I just said I don't have any inventory, mate. I mean, look around this place; it's trash. They took fucking everything.
So, if you'd like more money, upsell the items, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at bargaining, that's for sure. And whatever they don't agree with, old Meathead here can take care of the rest, right, Meathead? Yeah.
A little careful with that part. We are on the Fate Walk Bridge.
Oh, yeah. Fate Walk Bridge. Well, excuse me, princess.
But let me say we're looking at perhaps expanding our business in the basement, where Meathead may be a little more comfortable flexing his muscles.
Oh yeah. Hear that, bud? Yeah. All right. Well, let me get finished cleaning up here, and we'll meet you out front.
Right. So I'll turn and look at Professor so Professor, sounds like we need to pay Fabian a visit.
It sounds like it. Before you go, Mr. Darwin.
Yeah.
I realize this is not your normal fare, but do you know anyone that could work in that bronze? I know you said that this fellow out in the sticks is famed for his automaton, but do you know anyone local who does trade or who works in it?
I mean, the only he gets kind of whispery. Look, man, the only other person I know of that makes creatures that were as powerful as what happened the other night, but it didn't look like his work. I'm just saying, I don't want to get my throat slit in the middle of the night. But Crimp is the only other one I know that would be able to make such creatures. But those things were clumsy and clunky and kind of haphazardly assembled. And Crimp is more about finesse and subtlety. I don't think that was his work.
I think you're
Right.
I think you're answering the wrong question. I'm asking not automatons, just anyone you know that is proficient at working that particular metal. I'd never seen it before, and well.
That Basilisk bronze. I mean, the only other person that I could think of that works with it in the sense of like metallurgy and smithing, but not in automaton.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he's up in the Lantern Spire. It's called the Oil something, I think is what it's called.
Paul? I think
yeah, he's up in the Lantern Spire across from the Silver Threads, I believe.
Okay, then. All right. I did not know that gentleman. Wait, is that the gentleman you spoke about with what's his name? The big fellow, the Warforged that trauma thought. Is that the one that he was going to that you told me about, Thorn?
Sounded familiar. The oil flask or something like that.
Okay. I will happily take a look. I don't know how he's going to handle that news, but cross that bridge when we come to it, I suppose.
I'll take a second and message back to Melody about the Darwin and Meathead coming. Also, that we're heading to Fabian's now.
Okay.
10% Ford. Come on.
Good thing you can't reply. Like you're watching as the little token he gives you burns up. You're like, come on, Ford, 10%.
So with that, I'm heading to Fabian's now.
Okay. As you and Professor Jabatros head off to the core spire and to see about connecting with Fabian, Air Trio and Melody, what are you guys spending your day doing? Karina and Binder are down below cleaning out the basement currently, and bringing down extra chairs and setting up extra tables. You could hear Binder kind of using simple tools and spare kind of wood that was lying around as he's making kind of a makeshift bar and kind of shelves, just kind of doing the basics to change the feel of the place down below.
Are you?
Well, Melody, should we go try to hire a bartender?
Sure, I'm ready.
Would you like to come with, or would you like me to handle this on my own?
I'm happy to come with. I think we need a couple things. I think don't tee it up for, I don't want him to feel like it's competition, to like kind of get his vibe before, you like come straight out and make us. Maybe just feel him out. I think I'm going to focus on getting people for the party.
Okay. Yeah. The way I'll present it is I assume no one could come to his establishment with the curfew. So, we're not providing we're not competition. We're providing him extra income.
Yeah.
Which he probably desperately needs at these times.
And we need supplies too, because I don't want to break into our personal stores for this party.
All right. We'll see if he can provide some of his inventory to us.
Okay. And tell him it's a little bit like, tell him if he does come, like dress up a little bit. Like it's going to be kind of a classy thing.
Well, I wonder if Fabian can make some sort of giant garb for someone like him.
I don't know. Do you think, I kind of feel like maybe Fabian's like too fancy for this party?
Are you calling him a racist?
I feel like Fabian is like kind of involved with the quorum, and I'm kind of trying to have this be like a relaxed, low key, like party vibe, so people don't get down about this curfew. So I don't know whether, I feel like Fabian maybe a no.
Okay. Well, should we warn Ford not to open his mouth about it then?
I feel like it doesn't matter what you say.
Boy, he's just gonna say whatever's on the tip of his tongue.
Yeah.
Ford wasn't inviting anybody to parties. He was just saying we're trying to set up some new business.
Yeah.
Very fair. Well, yeah, so I'll go talk to this strong jaw gentleman. See if he's interested in assisting us.
So as you head across the way to have a chat with Brutus, Melody, what are you doing with your time?
I think I'm imagining Melody has maybe built some friendly relationships with like, a clothier down the road, or like people who have come into the store she might have built up friendly little relationships with. And if there are people that she thinks are cool and would be down, she would be sort of, being like, oh, this curfew, it sucks so much. I just wish, there was some way we could still get together. And if people seem interested, then she's kind of like teeing them up for this little speakeasy.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. I mean, obviously, Elith is one possibility. You also know the priest from the Wild Mother could be
invite her. I don't know if it's her scene, but I could certainly ask.
Yeah. Obviously, there is your next door neighbor that you bought the place from, who still runs his pottery shop next door. Give me perception as you're kind of just putting it out there, trying to see if you can like get vibes for people and then invite them to the, I don't know, what do you call it?
Insight?
Yeah, you could do insight if you'd like. I think that would make sense.
Okay. Ugh, that's not good. That's an 8.
8.
One of those
As
nights.
you're kind of looking around, there is a group of people in front of the busy markets. And the markets are very busy because, people can't come out at night. So they're doing what they can to get done. And you're kind of strolling through the markets, kind of looking at all these people and kind of taking them in. And over by a stall that is selling both foodstuffs and alcoholic beverages, like they're in bottles and casks and foodstuffs, there's a tiefling woman there, along with some of her friends, from what you could tell. They're all wearing kind of academic garments, like maybe they're part of the Glassway Towers, or maybe they're part of the Academy. And they all have celestial kind of like star and moonlit markings on what they're wearing, which maybe they're part of the astrolabe that's up in the core spire as well. But you can hear them talking about how bored they are at night. They have to stay in now. There's nothing to do. They're buying tons of alcohol to take back to the Academy dorms, back into the core spire. This feels like the perfect group to invite.
All right, with my 8 insight, I'll sort of sidle up nearby and be like, "Oh my god, I know, like it absolutely sucks." Like,
hello. A satyr. Nice to meet you.
Oh my god, you guys' robes are so cute, by the way. I'm so jealous.
Right? We worked really hard on them. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Melody. What's your name?
Oh, hi, Melody. I'm Tanisha. Good to meet you.
Tanisha, so nice to meet you. How are you dealing with this curfew stuff?
Oh, it sucks.
It's so lame, right?
We love going to Brutus's Tavern every night because it's right here on the Fate Walk Bridge. It's like our favorite place to go. And now we can't go there. This sucks.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to kind of like do a little showy look around and be like, yeah, it really sucks how no places are open. Although I did hear someone was throwing a party.
Oh, really? Like early enough that we could arrive, but late enough we couldn't go home?
I mean, I think as long as you're not being super showy, you can come and go whenever you want.
Oh, it sounds interesting. Where's it at?
Can I do another insight check, or have I already done my one? Okay,
yeah.
All right. That's a 17.
I mean, they seem like the party crowd.
Okay.
They seem like students. Yeah.
I'll be like, you didn't hear it from me, but there's a little shop down by the Fate Walk Bridge with an image of a centaur on the front. If you go around the back, you'll find a little speakeasy.
You're kidding. And she immediately turns to all of her friends, and the guys and girls start exchanging conversation. They go, is this going to happen tonight? Or does it happen every night? How do we know when it's available?
Well, curfew only went in place yesterday night, so they needed a little time to set up. But I hear tonight will be the first night.
You know what? We will be there.
Love it. Maybe I'll see you there.
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing. She just kind of winks at you, and her friends just kind of all giggle and kind of like tear up the street towards the gondolas.
Oh, Melody's elated. Melody's like bouncing on her way home.
I love it. Like you literally bound back.
Yeah. She's whistling.
There's a reason why it's called the Prancing Centaur, which is pretty cool. For you, Eritrea, you're a little surprised at how busy the tavern is at first, until you realize no one can come here at night. And there's a genuine look of relief on Brutus's face as he is busy serving drinks and keeping all the patrons kind of inspired with food and drink. sees you come in. He gets a big, broad smile on his face, mostly because he doesn't see Ford come in.
Absolutely fair.
So I see you left your troublesome friend at home. Good call.
Yes, it can be much easier to travel with us. As much as I get along with him, he tends to have trouble following wherever we go.
Well, here, grab a seat. Let me get you a beverage. He kind of like guides you over to the bar, and he kind of disappears for a moment, comes out with a bottle of wine that has a label of the Dwendalian Empire on it. Just got a crate of this in from Wildmont. Came in just the other day before all this shit unfolded and ruined my fucking business. But since someone's drinking it at night, and he kind of reaches in and pulls the cork off of it and kind of pours the wine and pours himself one and sets it down and is to hoping shit gets better, and may Thorn never darken either of our doors ever again. It kind of clinks glasses with you and chuckles and kind of begins to sip at this wine. You look like a fellow with something to say.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to see you're maintaining a good business with everything that's
Well, this won't last long. This is just midday. By the time midday's done, most of these people are going to go home because of the curfew.
So, what do you plan on doing with your evenings then?
Not really sure. I mean, I used to do mercenary work in my young days. I mean, I guess I could go back to doing that in the evenings to kind of pay the bills. Not my favorite work.
Well, you enjoy tending bar.
I love tending bar. That's why I bought the place.
How would you like to continue on with this in the evenings? Get back to a regular rhythm again.
Are you asking me out on a date? I mean, I wouldn't say no, but,
I'm flattered. But I'm sure you
yeah, you bet you are. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this specimen. And he just starts doing pec flexes in front of you.
blushing.
He's like doing full-blown pec flexes in front of you, just... I'm just fucking with you, but I'd still date you. Anyways, you got a bar scene for me? You want me to serve drinks?
Yes, if you don't mind, if you could bring some of your inventory.
Absolutely. I can haul some casks over and bring over some crates of wine. Where's this happening at?
So it's a little bit of an underground, one might call it.
Oh, I dig underground. That's the best things happen in the dark in the underground. Yeah.
I blush again.
He kind of leans in on his elbows. He enjoys the flirtation and just kind of, anyways. So what's this all about, mate? You got a little secret digs going on at night then?
I guess you could say that. I trust this person to take care of the people we have coming, and I want you to have a good time too, and to be taken care of. And
yeah, I could do that.
The profits from the liquor sales can be yours.
Well, I hope so. I paid for the fucking shit.
Of course. I want you to know we're not trying to. See, that's why.
We'll go by the rules that say a percentage it obviously stays with the house, but we also both know this is not, as you say, going to be a legal enterprise. If we get caught being open, we could be, well, the people coming and going could be in some shit trouble. It's going to be gambling, going to be casinos there. Oh, I hope there's little kitties there. I love kitties.
Oh, everything your heart can desire will be at.
Oh, so you'll be there too. I love that. Yeah. You just watch as this surly female dwarf comes up to Brutus. Brutus, quit your flirting. Get me some drinks. There's a table of busybodies over there. And Brutus, yeah, I will, Melda. I'll get it. Hey, can I bring her? She's really good.
Absolutely. She's
good. Hey, Melda, Melda, we're working tonight. All right, so be here before the sun sets. All right? Yeah, sure, we're working. I'm sure you're going to be having me like counting boxes and bottles that we're never going to sell. We're going to be unemployed and out on the streets. You realize this, of course. And she just kind of goes back to work with a flurry of an apron and red hair in the background.
Well, should I come pick you up tonight?
Oh, well, now you're flirting with me. No, just give me the destination. I'll make sure that me and Melda get there.
You'll see a storefront with Senator on it.
Oh, the prancing Senator. Yeah, we know the place.
In the back door. I'm not flirting with you there, but no question.
All right, D6 inspiration. That was epic RP pun. That was good. Good use of RP pun. I'm a fan.
You'll see an underground door that will lead you to the speakeasy.
No, this is gonna be cool. I will make sure that my best whiskey and my best bourbons and rums will be available tonight. Want to make a bit of a splash, but not a loud splash, as they say.
Wonderful. And in case wine, perhaps.
Implying there's bourbon, that means there's a Kentucky in Exandria. You say the same thing. And I'm here for it. That's cool. Maybe that's what they do out there, but you're muted, Aaron.
Well, all the Kentuckians in Exandria come from the Ashenador, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
The backwater hills.
So
with that, yeah. What else can I do for you?
Well, that's it for now. Just
hey, were you and your friends involved in that shenanigan the other night up at the Chandei Quorum?
I would say.
Well, I was just curious because I saw you and that drink of water Melody sneaking your way into the Centaur, the prancing Centaur that night.
You could say that, and we weren't the cause of anything that happened, but let's say we kind of got in the middle of it unexpectedly.
Here's the reason why I'm asking it, Trill. It's just kismet that you come into my place talking to me. There was a fella, and I've always heard about this fella, but he's never come into my place before. They came in here last night, defying curfew. Me and Melda were down in the basement there, sorting out all the inventory, the crates and the boxes. I come up with a big old crate of wine to set it up behind the bar for the afternoon's festivities. And there's this fella sitting at the chair at a table like the world don't turn for him, like the world only exists for him to walk through it. You know what I mean? That kind of fella. He had short, wavy brown hair. He wore these strange goggles. And he seemed to be, how shall we say, prosthetically infused. He had a bit of a weird kind of prosthetic leg. His arms seemed to make funny noises whenever he twitched about. I never got his name, but he was insistent on asking me questions about, kind of looks around, and so that fella that you come in here with, that fella Fawn, that can't hold his liquor, always complaining and bitching about this and that and trying to get into fights and shit, right?
Yes.
I was asking about him. Well, he was asking about why he was snooping in his business. I said, look, mate, just because my place is right across the street from them, don't mean I know what they're up to. But I agree with you. That Fawn's a bit of a snooper. He's always getting into trouble here when he comes over. I got to throw him out all the time. And then that kind of went back and forth, and he just kind of finished a bottle of the fine Wildmont Red, gave me a few gold for my troubles, paid for the bottle, and walked out into the night like you fucking owned it, mate. The crazy thing is, as soon as he stepped out into the night, there was a bit of a noise, and he went, I think he's one of them magic types. He went invisible.
Interesting.
Just a heads up, only because, look, I like you. And, I like the others too. Fawn, I'm sure he grows on you like any acceptable fungus, but until that day, he's a little bit rough around the edges. But I don't like sneaks. And this guy that came into my place last night felt a bit on the sneaky side, if you get my meaning.
I'm familiar with him, and I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you.
We're going to have muscle at this speakeasy. Keep the door safe. Keep it safe inside.
Do you know anybody?
Well, I mean, other than me. But no, I'll be busy pouring drinks. Unfortunately, my bounce is a mercenary, and he's been called to duty. I don't know if you've heard, but there's been a sudden call-up in a lot of mercenaries lately. Kind of went out to the markets early this morning to buy some product and inventory for the tavern. Got to make it through the day at least, got to stay in business. But to be honest with you, I didn't see any of my mercenary friends out and about. I ran into one on my way back here towards the tavern, and he was dressed to the nines, ready to get in a fight. He had his full kit on. I was like, mate, you just came back in from the Panagrip Sands. Where you going? He goes, hey, he mentioned something about, well, I guess we don't call him Lord Callion anymore. He said that Marshal Callion is putting together an army. Sizable force. But doesn't know much more about that. Paying good coin, though, I hear. Paying excellent coin. Rumor has it, that big, giant capital ship out there over the core spire where all the shenanigans happened. Some are saying that it's the friends of Jaman's Orb that's come out here with tons of gold and wealth. And they're conspiring to do something. I don't know what, but you know how mercenaries like to talk. Something big's going on. Feel it in my bones.
You're right. We might.
As my great uncle Strongjaw used to say, if you could feel it in your bones, you'll probably got a broken bone. He wasn't expertly witty, but he tried.
This is all much more than I expected, and I can't thank you enough for
Of course, mate.
working with us this evening. What do I owe you for the wine?
Oh, don't worry about that. We can take care of that tonight when I show up to run the bar.
Well, I'm going to leave him 10 gold.
Thank you, mate. Always know. You know what? I'll be sure to remind people to take a look over at the Prancing Centaur. If you've got it on a shelf, well, they might need to buy it.
Good to know. We'll see you this evening.
As you kind of finish the wine glass, set it down, you head out back into the market way. Eventually making your way back to the Prancing Centaur, and there you also run into Melody as the two of you return at almost about the same time.
Did you get him?
I got him.
Okay, good, because I had huge success. I got a big group of people to come.
Really?
Yeah, and they're super hyped, so we got to get to work.
I'm here to work with you.
I'd like to... Melody's in a hurry to go check on the status of the basement.
Okay. So as you go running downstairs, you could see it's been pretty well transformed into a kind of rudimentary and rough and edgy kind of speakeasy vibe. All the barrels have been turned over and round tabletops have been put on them. Little kind of wooden booths have been framed out and built. Karina is like sitting over there using both magic and she's converted evil into like this weird undead skeletal humanoid who is like sewing cushions and, sewing fabrics. You can see Binder is busy stocking shelves and preparing the bar. Rugs have been laid out on the ground to kind of soften the place. It looks like it could comfortably hold 50 people.
Okay.
Beyond that, it gets crowded.
I knew I could trust Karina to set us up. She has a classy aesthetic. Kind of spooky, but classy.
Classy spooky.
Melody will like run around like trying to put little finishing touches, like trying to put little tiny little candles in corners to kind of create like a cozy light, and like like putting, I guess, like maybe prestidigitating leaves or something just to try and up the ambiance.
As you're in the basement doing this, you see the silhouette of a figure kind of standing in the rear entrance of the basement, like in the shadows of the hallway of the basement. And you can hear his footsteps as he is sauntering down into the basement, as you recognize a familiar person. And I cannot find him. Where did you go? What did you do? Where are you? Did I move you? Please tell me I didn't move you. See, this is when you get in trouble. When you move your images and... What did I put for his first name? The Blackthorn guy. What did I use for his first name? Do you remember? Kalor? Kalen?
I think it was, Kalor.
Kalor, yeah.
Oh,
There he is.
Kalor.
I misspelled. One of the things I love about picture search, as long as I remember how to spell the goddamn name, it's supposed to pop right up. He is leaning on the interior entranceway. So you're kind of in the busy, like doing all your magic and making the place look amazing. And you can hear kind of Kalor's voice that kind of stops you from what you're doing. Well, what is this? What are we doing? Are we preparing for a celebration tonight?
No. That would be against the rules of curfew.
Kalor just kind of smirks at you. I'm not here to get you in trouble, dear girl. I'm just here to, well, wonder if you and your friends have come up with an answer yet. I was in the neighborhood walking around and I noticed your activities going on. So I just kind of came down here to see what was happening, and here you were. Oh, bit of a speakeasy vibe about the place.
Yeah, we thought that'd be cute. Typically you come in through the main door during the day.
Yes, but I don't really want people to be able to see me come in. I like a little bit of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a moment, Melody? Could I talk to you for just a few moments?
Sure, Kalor, I'm happy to talk.
Can we talk out in the alley, perhaps?
Why?
A little bit of privacy, of course.
It's pretty private down here.
No, your friend Karina is sitting over there, and I'll be honest with you. She frightens the fuck out of me.
That's why we like her.
Smart man.
I mean, the undead thing next to her doing the sewing. I mean, that's a craft.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Well, anyways, I was wondering, I'm really hoping you and your friends will join me. I may have overstepped my boundaries with Father Atrium. And there is something about that man I don't like. I suspect he's a little bit deeper into the dark arts even than your friend Karina, if you get my meaning.
What makes you think that?
Well, he sent someone to speak with me last night.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I'm all for beautiful people. I think they're incredibly beautiful, all people, except for the ones, well, I've always been taught if they show up looking like an angel, you could expect them to not quite be angelic. This woman had an air about her. She had, at first I thought she was an Azimir. I mean, for all intents and purposes, she looked a lot like an Azimir. She had black and red wings. She wore just resplendent armor. She carried a wicked-looking sword, but she also carried a level of confidence that made me feel a bit suspect. You see, I wear charms to protect myself. And while I felt when I was in the presence of your adorable friend Eritrea, when I came to visit all of you in the shop that day, my charm told me that he was a good soul, a good person. Well, when this woman was speaking to me and threatening me, my charm told me that this was somebody who was not a good person. Someone who exhibited a certain sense of true evil, if you get my meaning.
I do.
And it takes a lot to send a chill up my spine. And I can assure you, this woman sent a chill up my spine. But what I found most interesting is her insistent nature on me rejoining the agreement I had with Father Atrium with a rather kind of violent streak. I'm used to delivering such things, not receiving. So that was quite strange in itself. But I don't know, Melody. She did bring up you and your friends in the conversation, which piqued my interest even more. Because if Father Atrium is upset that I left, and even more upset that I've made friends with the main members of the Prancing Senator, well, that's 2 good decisions I've made in less than 48 hours. Is this a person that you're familiar with that I should worry about?
I don't think I've ever met this person, but it sounds like some kind of devil or demon to me.
Oh, you say that with such casual airs. Are these things that you deal with on the regular?
I've dealt with a demon a couple of times, but honestly, like red and black wings, like vibe of evil, what else would that be?
When you say demon a couple times, are you speaking like the demon of alcohol or the demon of drug use or the demon of the party? I mean, do you mean like actual demons, right? You mean like the real thing?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know that much about like religion and planes and stuff, but like I would think real demons, right? Like evil stuff.
Oh, you just get more and more interesting, don't you? I mean, I'm a crime boss. I'm in the business of crime. I never really dabbled in such dark arts before, but
Really,
do you mind? Do you
kind
mind
of-
if I attend your party this evening? I promise I will not talk business.
And you'll be
Cross
on your
my
best
heart.
behavior, no crime.
Well, definitely no crime. I can't guarantee my best behavior, of course, dear. Well, party behavior. And Eritrea and Professor Jabaltros and the others will be there?
You know, this party is, if there were a party, which there isn't, this party is intended to be kind of a safe space. And I'm kind of, I'm happy that our relationship is starting to build, but I don't know that I really think you're safe, right? Like, you're a pretty scary guy. You're kind of proud of it.
Cautious and beautiful. You are skilled. I will take my leave of you then. I will not interlope on your festivities. Toodaloo! And he just kind of walks up the stairs and back into the alleyway and disappears into the crowd.
I turn over to Karina and I'm like, what the hell was he doing here? That is the weirdest guy.
Well, but he's also kind of like gothic hot, right? I mean, he's got a hot vibe.
I think he likes you too. He said he was scared of you.
Do you think that's what crime bosses say to flirt?
Well, I don't think you were supposed to hear.
Oh, well, evil's right over there in the corner. I heard every word that you two were saying. Evil always has got it. Evil, follow him. He watches Evil and comes out. Right, mistress, on my way. And the undead crow flies out and into the alleyway. We'll keep an eye on him. See if he's full of shit or not.
Yeah, let's do it.
So while the three of you are prepping the prancing centaur. Foreign, where are you and Professor Jabatros heading off to?
Fabians.
Avions, yes.
Hey, bud.
Lantern Spire, gondola up to the Lantern Spire and into the familiar area of the Lantern Spire, which includes quite a few shops. Bring up is it Lantern or Lucent? It might actually be the Lucent Spire.
Lucent.
It is the Lucent Spire because it's the more hoity-toity place. Up here is the Golden Veil, which is the high-end boutique, as well as the Diamond Horizon, which is the high-end bathhouse. And of course, you come across the familiar parlor of Fabion's Silver Threads.
Born's just gonna walk on in, like.
Yeah. Oh dear. Hello, Fawn. Come on in. Professor Jabatros. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. What can I do for the likes of my most esteemed allies, I think, now that you have Binder with you?
We can get to that more in a minute. Your name came up in a recent conversation.
Oh my. Was it in bed or out of bed?
Out, most certainly. Although the other guy was mostly naked and taking a bath. But
oh, that sounds about right then.
Now, let's get the dirty part out of the way first.
Oh, please. No one likes the dirty parts.
The Chandei Quorum, to be honest, I don't know if they still exist, but Kalion has set himself up on top of everything, as I'm sure.
I am fully informed and fully vested in the unusual nature of what's transpired within the last couple of days.
Fully vested?
Yes, of course. I have network ties that take me in many different directions. Marshal Kalion, as he calls himself now, is a subject of much intrigue. A lesser-known councilman that seemed to be content with theft and embezzlement and smuggling suddenly seems to be the one in charge of Jrusar for the moment.
So, if I hear you right, you don't really have any love for the man.
Oh, of course not. I have a friend of mine that is also linked directly with the Chandei Quorum, and another friend of mine, very kind of creepy druid fellow. They particularly talented rat folk that I currently have them making investigations into the incident.
Right. Well, that's kind of where we are as well, to put it frankly.
Oh, yes. I saw a familiar person in the city the other day. The Bright Queen's messenger and personal bodyguard leaves a very distinct trail.
So you're familiar with Althea?
Oh, Althea is terrifyingly amazing and a, well, stone-cold killer.
Perhaps she's put me on the trail to get involved with her line of work.
Oh. And has this involvement led you in any particular direction?
I did say I was having a conversation before I came here and your name came up.
Yes, but my name comes up a lot in a lot of conversations. What is the premise of this conversation?
Investigating who attacked the Chandei Quorum.
Of course. Do you have some sort of evidence or something that can lay some weight on the table, as they say?
I'm quite sure that the creatures, for lack of a better word, that attacked the Quorum were not created by Crimp.
Oh.
They lacked his flair for the theatrical. Granted, falling from the sky and crashing in this great open fire, that was quite theatrical, but the rest of it was very haphazard. Rough.
And what do you and the professor know about Mr. Crimp?
He was well, I remember, frankly, hauling all of you away from one of his lairs. That was discretion being the better part of valor at that time, but other than that, I've not dealt with him. He does not seem to be
He's definitely an independent contractor for sure. I know that he works for many of the different houses depending on what they need him for. And you are right, Professor. He keeps a warehouse in the Smolder Spire where he practices his arts.
I know there's more than one of them as well.
Yes, his ability to master both, how shall we say, constructs and simulacrum at the same time is quite a potent skill, isn't it?
It just leaves you never quite sure who you're dealing with, and I make a, let's call it, safe assumption that each of his simulacrum may have somewhat of a mind of their own.
Oh, I don't imagine anyone feels safe when speaking of Crimp.
Now, I don't find him as being the possible culprit behind that attack, but someone dealing in Basilisk bronze.
Basilisk bronze, such a crude metal, comes directly from King's Fall, the capital of the Hellcatch Valley. I would imagine even from the mines of the city of Basilisk as well. So you're of a mind that maybe the Hellcatch is involved here?
Interesting you'd start me down that trail, but I'm thinking who I'm looking for may still be here in the city somewhere. Now.
Oh. You think our culprit would be foolish enough to linger in the city that is now under significant lockdown of both curfew and, well, you've seen the airships.
I think it'd be harder for him to get out.
Him to get out?
Well, them to get out.
Oh, I was hoping you had other thoughts in mind. Who they were?
Well, I was given a name along with your name. Perhaps you had dealings with someone who's in crafting automatons themselves.
Oh dear my! Are you thinking it's Steppen? Steppen Alira? There is no way that she would be involved in this. Sure, she manufactures using Basilisk bronze, but she has been a loyal member of my network for many years. My eyes and ears of the King's Fall capital. I can't imagine that she'd be involved.
I'm going to roll insight on that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's 23.
Ooh.
That is a 21 on deception.
Oh.
There is but a subtle reflexive eyebrow arch that tells you he believes it to be true, that she is reliable, but this new information that you've brought him has him very kind of subtly questioning his own thoughts. But he plays it very close to the chest.
I'm not necessarily insisting that you're a part of this, Fabian. I was the one responsible for bringing down the Chandei Quorum. I would be wearing a laurel and hoisted onto people's shoulders. They are not a loved group. The whole reason I worked with the people in Ankarel and suggested to Jamansa Ord that they make this their opportunity to reunite Marquet. Well, I simply assumed it would be a conversation with the council, an edict, a vote. The council would either agree or disagree, and the Chandei Quorum's power would be slightly muted. Ankarel would once again flourish, being the capital of unified Marquet. The Oderlin Wilds would once again be in the bosom of Ankarel's influence. Look, I had some dealings with Kellyan before this all happened, and he was very unhappy about this change
Well,
proposed.
of course he should be unhappy. The man stands to lose all of his power and all of his wealth, but he is
He's
not
also-
clever enough to pull off such a fantastical attack as this.
But he's also the man that came out on top of everything at the end of it all.
Yes, I heard that was only by mere circumstance. My understanding was that Father Atrium found him severely wounded near death and brought him back to good health. Although,
Would
It
Father
was-
Atrium do such a thing?
well, it was very strange, actually. Father Atrium's people had put him on a stretcher and had taken him to the temple. And within an hour or so, he was on his feet and running around as if nothing had ever happened. Had been taken back to the fractured remains of one of the administrative towers that was not affected by the explosion. And before long, he was pronouncing edicts and making decisions before even getting a good night's rest.
That is an interesting tidbit of information.
Oh, it's damn suspect is what it is, Vaughn.
Well, I know Regina Green is out of the equation at this time. But there may be other agents working in the background, it seems.
Perhaps.
When's the next time this Stepan O'Leary is supposed to make contact with
She's bringing me a shipment of new binders within the next couple days. She should be here soon, actually.
If you'd be so kind, send her our way, the Prancing Centaur.
Of
I'd like
course.
Have a chat with her. Perhaps
Just make
pick a
sure
bit-
you reward that chat with a sense of new business as well.
Melody said something about trying to open a new establishment within our domicile.
Oh.
If I can trust that you're not with the Quorum, which right now sounds like that may be a safe bet, perhaps you may want to stop over tonight for a visit.
Oh, of course. Drinks and music, my favorite. And
Oh,
is
yeah.
that a lovely Eritrea going to be there by chance?
I assume so, but I don't aim to make decisions on his behalf.
Oh, that's fine. Just be sure he saves an opportunity on my dance card, of course.
You have a dance card?
It's a turn of a phrase, Fawn. I know you're not from the material plane here, but just pretend yet you are socially adapted to it.
Dancing was never my thing. Shooting,
Yes.
chasing, stalking, hunting,
Subtlety is not really your thing either, is it?
I try.
Well, you and Professor have a good rest of your day. I'll see you this evening, of course. I have to go back to fitting my client, if you don't mind.
Oh, you have a client here.
Yes, I do.
Anything I need to be worried about now?
Oh, no, I hope not. This is not one of those clients you need to worry about, I assure you. Good day. Closes the curtains and has the assistant see the two of you out into the street.
Well, that was fruitless. Maybe we get something out of it.
I'm keeping an eye on Eritrea tonight. I do not trust Fabian as far as I can throw him. I realized that that's a bit of a higher bar than most of the rest of you, but it gives me just absolutely atrocious vibes.
You know, the company we keep, I don't, hard for me to make that kind of judgment call.
All right.
Well, that's fair. It's very fair.
Yeah.
So back to the Centaur it is, I guess.
Well, honest question, because I thought, isn't the oil pot?
Oh
on
yeah,
isn't it in the same spire? Because I remember.
Yes, it
Carl
is.
was
The
going
oil
in-
pot is in the same spire. Absolutely.
Yep.
So let's. Why don't we go see if we can inquire at that oil pot establishment? See if we can find anything about this metal.
You guys kind of go down the little kind of roadways and alleys that come through the Lucent Spire, and the Lucent Spire is definitely the more high end of the spires. There's a lot more parks and comfortable resting places, more crowded, more people who can spend money are here, but they're more of the noble houses that are here as well. As the two of you arrive in the front of the oil pot, the door is locked and shuttered. The windows are all boarded up. The sign, the oil pot, is on the ground in front of the shop. And it doesn't look like someone's been here for quite a few days.
I'm gonna just go up and just pound on the door.
He does that.
Like
I'm
you
gonna
hammer
try-
away on the door, no answer.
I'm gonna try and go around the back and see if there's another door.
There is, like most shops, there's a secondary entrance, but it too is all boarded up and sealed.
The professor's just going to put his head to the door. Help! The watch! Oh no! I fear I hear someone struggling inside, and then just like elbow the door.
A little justified B&E, yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Give me a strength check as you bang on the boarded up door.
Hey, come on, Jimmy. Come on.
Are there any windows that are not boarded or any way?
No, everything's boarded up.
Not even like a split in a window anywhere.
No, because this is the Lucent Spire, so whoever boarded this place up, they were very cautious and good at their skill, and it's not done in like in a way to like promote abandonment. It's done in a way as if to say the shop's just no longer open, and maybe the shop doesn't exist anymore. It's in transition, perhaps.
All right. That was a 22.
Yeah, as you're trying to find a way to look through the windows, you just hear a loud cracking noise, and you watch as the door frame fractures as Professor Jabaltros pushes the door in enough to leave a little bit of a gap in the door, and you watch as he kind of slips inside.
I'll go around to the front and follow in behind him.
The two of you...
This is broad daylight, Professor. You just kicked open the door in broad daylight. You could have at least gone around to the back door.
As far as the wardens need concern themselves, I thought I heard someone struggling in there. Perhaps it was being burgled.
If it wasn't, then
That
it
is
is
the
now.
justification that the constabulary uses, is it not? I figured I would try to assist.
Do you carry a badge?
No, I do not.
Right. So, who's burgling?
I am eminently respectable. I would never.
Professor, have you been arrested before? Would your name
Yes.
be in a list somewhere as a person of interest who may have been arrested in connection with some kind of thieving attack on anything?
Not with a thieving attack, with causing a horrific explosion. That exists, yes. Yes.
And yet here you are kicking indoors. I'm gonna try to be stealthy now.
Yeah. I mean, the two of you are standing in the middle of the oil pot. It's got a small smithy, like a workspace smithy. Nothing like for the purposes of making armor or weapons, but for tinkering almost. But it's empty. It's clean. There's no sign of anything left behind. There's a lot of empty tables, shelves. You can see all the iron hooks hanging from the ceiling that would normally have items hanging from them. The place looks spotless, like no one's been here for a long time. It's empty, as far as you can tell.
That tinkering area, is it a part of the building, or is it like a table kind of thing?
The tinkering area is built into the wall structure of the building, as far as you can tell. Give me an investigation as you kind of examine it.
Yep.
Professor Jabatros, anything you want to do while you're inside the oil pot?
you mentioned that it had been cleared out. Is that just like actual finished products, or is there actually some raw materials left?
There, as far as you could tell, there's no raw materials, but you could give me an investigation as you start searching the boundaries of the interior of the shop, trying to figure out if anything's been left behind.
It was a 15 for my
15?
investigation.
Okay.
Oh god, I think this is pretty bad. I think my investigation is terrible. Yeah, that's an 8.
An 8. Thorn, as you're examining the little tinkering area that's built into the wall, it looks like some kind of tool was left inside of the little crucible area that you would like pour and make metal. As you reach in, you accidentally bump onto a interior button inside of the stone. Like the stone makes a clicking noise. The two of you hear this grinding, and you watch as the wall pivots sideways and shows an entrance into a darkened room with a metal staircase that leads in a downward position.
This
After
man-
me, I assume.
Can you see in the dark?
I cannot, but I'm significantly less killable than you.
Right.
I am.
I can see in the dark, and I'm a bit stealthy.
Okay, I'll give you stealthy. I just didn't want you to catch a bullet from around the corner. I'm a
I
kind of a
can
wall of
see in the dark.
muscle.
You would walk
Fine,
into the
right,
bullet blind.
Fine. You go ahead then.
The professor and Porn blowing their cover by loudly arguing at the top of the stairs about who will go down first.
And like as you guys cross the threshold to have this argument, little crystal lights begin to flicker into existence. These little miniature, very subtle power stones kind of click on, and the stairwell lights down to what looks like it leads about 20 feet down into a room.
So, not to. I gotta ask because I'll forget to later. I think we're all of roughly the same age. Is everyone else just every time he says Power Stone? Is everyone else thinking the Dreamcast games?
Oh, well, hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Dreamcast.
Yeah, but anyway, I just want it's in this new area. It's obviously got power stones lighting it, but is there anything like built in the walls? Does this look like a functioning workshop?
Yeah, give me a perception check as you continue to look down into the lit room down below you.
I am.
Oh, it would be perception, wouldn't it?
I'm intentionally
But
trying
I'm
to
not
slow
going.
down and look at these things. And I've left my dog upstairs, my metal dog. He's at the top of the stairwell.
Okay.
I actually rolled okay. I get a -1 to perception, but I rolled I got a total of 18 on this. So 19 minus 1, yay!
Yeah, I mean, as you look down below, there is a very extravagant kind of alchemy table station that's built. You can see another table with lots of mechanical tools and devices. As the two of you inch your way down, the one thing that very much catches your eye is a very detailed map of the spires, with what could only be described as murder board postings up on the wall,
Like
little charcoal written in notes, little metal pins with threads running from one thing to another, of a very detailed work of somebody who's been tracking some very important areas within Jrusar.
So this is a full Charlie Jrusar board, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. any equipment left out, or is it just?
Oh, everything's out. Like nothing looks like it's been touched. It almost looks like maybe someone didn't have the opportunity to collect their tools and their items. And as far as you remember, Sareth Velen was the engineer here, or as Traumaton used to call him, Velen. He left in a hurry. If this was some secret thing he was working on, he never made it back to collect it. And the alchemy table is definitely impressive.
I'm gonna instinctively take out the portable hole and like unroll it on the floor and snap it into existence.
Okay.
Because Foreign is like, we need to get everything in this hole. We need to get everything out of this room right now. Professor.
I concur.
I'm like, he's doing the,
Yeah, you guys spend the next hour carefully taking all the alchemicals, all the components, all the ingredients that you can find. You begin to unattach the display boards up on the wall and fold them up and put them inside the portable hole. You gather up great boxes of tools and kits and what appears to be small metal ingots. But as you're collecting all this, you stumble across a pretty sizable stack of Basareth bronze that's kind of like tucked in the corner of the Tinker's lab. Maybe about 8 plates that are about 3 foot by 2 foot.
I'm gonna take one of the plates and take out the bronze that I had.
Pretty much an exact match.
Yeah, like would there be any like chemicals, or could I roll for like if there was a chemical that I could try and just to assuming they're from the same, like to figure they're from the same batch kind of thing.
Sure. Give me
like an acid drop on each one of them, see how they react. You know what I mean?
From your skill set, what skill would support that best, do you think?
I mean, I would go with investigation probably.
Okay. Go ahead and do investigation.
Because I'm grabbing the chemicals and watching for the reaction of them kind of thing.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 14.
14. It's hard to tell. The metallurgy residue of batching has a lot to do with the formation and the creation of the metal plating. But there's enough of a reaction that tells you that this is from this same metal plating. More importantly, from the metal plating that was made up of the pilot seat.
Mm-hmm. Professor, we got to get this shit and get out of here. If we get caught in here, this could be very bad.
All right then.
Like Form starts a little less carefully.
Takes you at least an hour to gather up everything you want to gather up.
Yeah, I'm just less carefully shoving shit in there, into the bronze ingots and everything. Any tools or whatever we find, I'm trying to pack 100% that I can get down. What's not bolted down, I'm trying to pack it away.
A squeaky dog comes bounding down the stairs towards you in the midst of your gathering up all this material and is barking a warning that somebody is coming up the walkway towards the front of the shop.
Professor, did you close the door?
As much as I could. It's not like there was much keeping it to the wall after that.
Shit. I'm like, hurry! Get everything in there. I snap and roll up the portable hole.
You were out back, right? Like originally?
Yeah, I was around the back. Yeah.
Does that lead on to a like an alcove, like a quieter section of?
It's just a series of alleys that it leads into.
All right. Well, I just motioned before. Like, find out how to close that door you triggered. I'll get a set.
So as you guys put your feet on the iron stairs to go up, you hear a very kind of brusque, deep voice. Hello? Anybody in here? This place was sealed and off limits. Hello? It kind of echoes down into the secret chamber that you're in.
Recognize that noise.
Can I? Would it be insight to try and determine? Just check that this is a guard's voice, not a.
What's your passive insight?
Passive insight is 15.
It sounds like something a guard would say or react to.
I'm going to try and modify my voice, but I'm also.
So we're doing deception.
We're doing deception at first if I can get away with it. Yeah. But I will use disguise self because I got that trick. I'm gonna just disguise myself quickly as a guard, just a generic warden.
Okay.
Kind of. I'm gonna call back before I say it, but I'll call back. We saw the door was open. We came in to check it out.
Start with deception.
Uh-huh.
And based on that, we'll determine what your persuasion needs to be.
All right. Deception, that's a 19.
Nice. Now give me a persuasion roll.
Plus 5. Persuasion. Oh, come on, dice. Another 14. Okay, so that's 14 plus persuasion. Also a 5. 19.
19. Oh, all right. Then I'll let the others know. We'll be out front. Just let us know if you need anything. You can hear his heavy boots. You hear the door scrape open, and then you hear the door close.
Yep, will do. Thank you. I bought us maybe 10 minutes. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Good. What? You got a better look at the alley behind this place. Where approximately is it? Like point the direction.
It's just.
I know, but we've gone through
always that way.
Yeah, like as you guys come up out of the secret workshop, you're back up in the oil pot, like the main room. There is a long hallway that leads to the back door that goes out to the alleyway, but that's boarded up on the backside. There is a small set of stairs that lead up to the second floor, which is where the owner of the oil pot used to live.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask if there was a second floor to go to.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm heading up the stairs.
Yeah, following behind.
And also looking like I will intentionally look to see if there's maybe like a trap door to a roof kind of thing.
Okay. Give me investigation as you do that on the way up the stairs.
Investigation. Not terrible. That's a investigation plus 4. That's a 14.
You find a kind of crawl space drop where you pull a chain,
Like the
and
old
this
attic.
wooden ladder kind of collapses down, and there does seem to be a crawl space up above.
Okay. All right. Hey, Professor. I think you can get out of here quite easily. I'll figure my way out past that, but upstairs where we want to go. Before that, though, I want to take a look around this room and see if this Valen character left us any notes beyond what we saw already in the basement. So I'll take a look around his living quarters area real quick. I mean, assuming it's also been cleaned up, but I'll be looking for signs of like scratches or something on the floor where something might have like prying up the floorboards kind of thing, like where they.
Yeah, give me investigation for that. Okay. Professor Jabatros, as you climb up the ladder and into the crawl space, the crawl space is it's kind of like that typical where there's a peak for the roof, and the crawl space kind of runs down the middle of the peak. And there's enough space for you to kind of get in there and balance yourself on the trusses of the roof. And as you do, you look up ahead. There is a body up in the crawl space of the roof. You can see its silhouette, but you can't quite make out who it is.
I'm going to go up and try to investigate the body.
Yeah, you kind of start moving towards it. You recognize the leather apron, the worker's tunic, the boots, the short blonde hair, and as you get closer, you see that their hands are bound behind their back, their feet are bound, and there's a clean kind of cut across the base of their neck, as you recognize the dead body of Velen.
Well, remember, I never met him.
True.
Never met him.
But you would have known him through description from Foreign.
Okay.
So he would have been described to you by
I mean,
Foreign.
what he's wearing too could probably intuit that he was the shop owner.
Right. I kind of
Yeah.
would figure that it would be him, but like can't. So you go. All right. I want to take a look. Just
Oh, I rolled a 7 on investigation.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nothing of interest. The place is spotless. What are you doing, Professor, now that you're alongside his body?
I want to treat him with respect, but also kind of go through and make sure he doesn't have anything that would help identify his attackers on him. Any marks, any like signature methods of
Yeah, give me
identification.
investigation as you search his body.
I'm headed up.
Wait,
headed up.
investigation, not that.
I'm headed up the ladder now as well, just because I
Okay.
didn't see anything. But I'm
That
going to try
is
and
a
pull it
16.
shut behind me.
Okay, closes behind you. What'd you get, Professor?
16.
16? You are searching his body, but you realize that all of his pockets have been turned out. Everything on his possession seems to have been accounted for and taken. However, when you go to check the interior sleeves of his tunic, there is, like, your fingers touch his cold skin, and there's something metal underneath the surface of his wrist.
I just kind of want to look back at Thorn. Do you know anything about this? When you met him, did he have any mechanical augments, as far as you could tell?
Gosh, it's been about a month or more ago, and I really only met him in passing.
No, as far as you can remember, he was just kind of a typical tinkerer. Didn't have any prosthetics or anything.
Right. So I know you said the body's been sitting there for a while.
Feels like it's, well, give me a medicine check as part of the investigation.
Let me double check my medicine. I don't think that's a bad roll. Oh, okay. I get a -1. That is a 10. I
10.
get higher than that.
Ford, you can make a medicine check too if you'd like.
Yeah. Better than a 10. Medicine, that's an 18.
18. He's been dead for maybe a day and a half.
So
He's
I
been
maybe
gone
want to
about
do that.
He's been gone about a day and a half. What in the hell's he doing up here?
I don't know, but there's something in his wrist. I wanted to.
As
make
you
sure.
look at the wrist that Professor Jabatross points to, there's a small metal object sewn into the underside of his skin.
I would like to start, extend one of my talons and just start trying. You said it was sewn in.
Yeah, you can see the scar. To anybody else, it would look like maybe he had injured himself, but your hand brushed against his wrist, and you felt like a metal kind of something there, like it's
Wait.
something underneath the skin.
Professor,
Okay.
stop. Wait, stop. I'm going to cast Detect Magic real quick.
Nope, no magic.
All right, no,
So I'm
No
going to
matter.
kind of.
try.
No, I understand. I appreciate your concerns.
Give me a
I like-
sleight of hand as you try to open up the scar and see what's inside.
My seconds actually decent. Unnatural 20.
Nice. You gently right along the weakened skin. The skin tears open, and there is, excuse me, there is a key sewn neatly into the underside of his skin, and it looks like a key that would be at the money traders, like for their vaults.
Look, maybe we try and wrap this up real quick. Grab the key. I'll take out the hole again and roll it out.
Unfortunately, you don't have a flat surface for it to roll out on.
Okay. All right.
Because you guys are up in the crawl space.
Yeah. Does this crawl space go out to the roof? Is there an exit to the roof anywhere up here?
Looking backwards and forwards, you could see a little 2 foot by 2 foot unboarded up window that looks out on the back alley. And it's at that time, as you're kind of getting a feel for where to go next, you hear the door open, and now you hear multiple voices calling. You still in here? We didn't see you leave. Hey. Hello?
Professor, be quiet, but let's get out of here.
Give me stealth checks.
Sure.
For starters.
I get advantage.
I get disadvantage. D20.
That's a 23.
23.
I got to roll mine. Give me a sec. Stealth, okay, so it's +4 disadvantage. Good old chainmail armor.
Yeah.
Actually, I rolled the same. It's 15.
Nice.
211.
You can hear what sounds like 6 sets of individuals down below searching the empty space. So far, they haven't heard you. As the two of you start crawling along the crawl space to get to that window. When you get to the window, it's maybe just big enough for each of you to crawl through one at a time, and it drops down into the backside alley.
Yep. Hey, look, Professor, you get the body. I can get out of here easy. You ought to be able to fly out, right?
I can absolutely do that. So I'm going to kind of go up there and muscle my way out.
Okay. So you got the dead body of the shopkeep, and you kind of push open the window, which isn't locked. It latches, kind of unlatches pretty easy. You push it, it swings outward, and you kind of wait till you get outside, and then Thorin hands you the body through the window. And Thorin, you watch as Professor kind of throws him over his shoulder, leaps up onto the roof line, and then leaps up into the air. And you watch as he kind of begins to fly away from the shop.
Okay. Now that he's out, I'm going to turn back around and look inside real quick. I want to. I'm gonna take some of the powder. I'm gonna open a couple of my shots because I assume it's all dry timber up here in the crawl space. And I'm gonna do what I did badly in the Smolder Spire and use some of that powder to try and pull some brush and dust stuff on it to start a fire in the roof.
Okay.
And fire just dry fire my rifle to get the spark, or my pistol to get the spark to try and light that fire.
Give me a sleight of hand as you do this.
Sure thing. I will not.
Melly's like, yeah, fire always goes well for
sleight of hand is a 15.
15? Okay. It's good enough. Is the intent for this to be a distraction while you escape?
I actually want to burn this building down because I want to cover what was underneath it.
Okay. Fair enough. There's enough dry wood, and I mean, the roof is made of shale because it is in the Lucent Spire. So it's a nice place. Immediately, the dust and drier wood begins to burn, but it looks like it could take a while for it to really catch.
Okay. Let me see what else I've got real quick. I want to.
As he looks for an accelerant in his backpack.
Don't you know it? So, I actually have some of that little explosive stuff. Not a lot of it. The oily explosive, because we picked up a little. The gunpowder. What's it called? Forgot the name of the stuff.
We don't want to cause damage to surrounding buildings, right?
Right. I'm not trying to use a lot of it, just to get the fire going. Like I'm gonna take like a drop of that.
Yeah, you just take a little bit of a sip or tip of the container that you have.
Yep.
And the moment it hits it, it takes off like Greek fire. Just begins to crawl up into the rafter. It crawls down the long way that you just came from. This place goes from being barely on fire to just being engulfed.
All right, I'm gonna go back towards the window and misty step out to a place 30 feet away I can see.
Okay. As you misty step out into the alleyway, you could hear alarm bells. You could hear people yelling as the entire roof is now engulfed in flames.
Okay. So I'll misty step out to like another roof I can see, and then I've got the ring of fly, so I'll kick that on and then just fly off the back, out, away from everything. While the fire's out in the front and I'm out the backside, somewhere else. Yeah.
Where are you and Professor Jabaltros heading off to?
I'm heading back to the Prancing Centaur.
So am I.
Okay. Before long, Melody, as midday turns into late afternoon, all of you hear the familiar thud of people up on the veranda. You, Karina, and Eritrea run upstairs, and there's Foreign and Professor Jabaltros. Foreign is covered in soot and smoke, and there's a dead body on the veranda.
We didn't kill him. Start with that. Okay. Let me rephrase. Professor,
look on Melody's face.
Professor,
my first serious party, and you bring home a dead body.
And you're covered in soot. The party's in a few hours.
I started a fire.
I will.
Surprise.
Look,
I want to point out my shirt sleeves. I rolled them up. I knew that you were planning an event. I kept myself spotless for this, Melody.
And you look great, Professor. That was very considerate. But as for Ford,
look, come here. And we get down to the veranda, and I go back into the common room, unroll the rug, or unroll the portable hole, snap it into existence, and I start bringing out the murder map first.
Okay. And it's a very detailed map of all the most important parts of the spires.
What is it?
I don't know yet. We didn't take the time to look at it. Otherwise, it looks like a murder map. Look at all the lines and all the something. This is clues to something. And I'll tell you, I'll reach in and pull out one of the bars of Basser's bronze. We found this. So we went back to the shop that was working on trauma way back when. The oil pot. Remember, y'all did your spa day, and Trauma went off and did his own version of a spa day. Mm-hmm. Went back to that place. That body is the owner. He was up in the rafters, though. He shouldn't have been up there. He's up in the rafters, and he was dead when we got there. Been dead for about a day and a half.
So someone murdered him, and then
the place was spotless. It was cleared out, but we found an inadvertent secret door down into this, for all intents and purposes, magical basement. There's a lot of really good shit in here. We brought it as much as I could take with us. But I lit the place on fire because we took the body and ran. Now, I didn't want the guard to find the secret door that we took out down in the basement. So I figured if we burn the building down, it'll be none the wiser. Pretty sure we got away unseen. But I think we might be able to talk to the body, right? Maybe Valen will know what happened.
Rayo, you in the mood to talk to a dead guy today?
I think I can muster that up.
I love it.
I mean, we could have, Professor and I were there. The guards started knocking on the door. I got them backed off one time. They started to come back in again, so I just lit the place on fire and we took off.
I had nothing to do with that part. I want to make that clear. It was the right decision, but I can feel all of your...
I can feel all your judgment.
All right.
Well, I can feel it. I do.
What are the 5 questions we want to ask this poor soul?
What happened to him?
Who killed you? What were you pursuing before you died?
Yeah, who?
Should we be wary about the contents of your deposit box?
Yes, Professor found a key sewn into his arm.
If he had the Bassaris bronze, is there a chance that he designed those robots?
That's what I don't know, and that's what I would like to ask.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
That's what the guy looks like.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
So how many questions is that?
Who killed you? What were you working on? Should we be wary of the contents of the vault?
I think it's going to depend on what his answers are as to what all of our questions are, right?
Yeah. So we should just. Do you think we should start with what was he working on? Do we think that's the most important thing to ask? Because
Sure.
What was he working on in his basement?
So,
in the secret basement. That's it. Not just what was he working on. That's too broad of a question.
Mm-hmm.
working
A
on
lot of things. Oh yeah, I did lots of stuff. What was he working on in the basement?
So, clarity for the non-usual spellcaster guy for that.
Yeah.
I know that the dead can lie. Like they have to. They can do that.
They're capable of lying. They could
They're
choose
capable
to
of-
lie. Yeah.
Right. How does it work? Is there any indication that there's any sense of like cognition? If we could kind of preface it like we're friends of trauma, would that have any meaning to it?
He would have seen me before.
Okay.
They could always be persuaded.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wake this sucker up. I cast Speak with Dead.
As you invoke the Speak with Dead spell, you watch as the body begin to convulse and thrash around on the ground. The eyes explode outward. The skull begins to split open. Its chest writhes open and splits open almost like an alien. And you watch as a demonic creature begins to pull itself out of the rib cage of Velen. It lets out this horrible roar of terror. A tail comes thrashing out from behind it as a bone devil begins to force its way out of the cursed Velen. And that's where we're going to finish today. Needless to say, next week is going to be a fun fight.
I was ready to fire away, man.
I was about to do Abjure the Undead to at least give us if not advantage, then the upper hand on first round.
Eric Giroux just got that look. Oh, a devil crawling out of a body. We've done this before. Cracks his knuckles.
Melody, before we forget, do you have that maul that you were given equipped this time? Because that was a thing that happened
The lightning
last time
maul.
we had combat. You just didn't have it.
I don't think I have a maul because I can't hold two-handed weapons.
Okay. That might-
Right.
But I can look back through my notes. If you
You're fine.
know-
All it was is last time
It was
we
the
went
maul
into
that
combat,
cast
it was,
lightning-
you didn't have it
lightning
equipped, so you
bolt.
couldn't use it. So it was like, okay, but if you can't use two-handed weapons, that also do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Cool. You guys hang out for a bit. Everyone else, thanks for joining us. We will be here next week. Be kind, be safe, and don't forget, play a game. Good night, everybody. One of these days, well.